Am I the asshole for driving my sister to her gender reveal appointment despite her husband's disapproval? My male 33 parents are deceased. I have a younger sister, female 25, who's married and is expecting. I'm also married but don't have kids due to health issues on both sides. I'd visit and check on my sister from time to time. I'm not on great terms with her husband, male 31, but we're civil to each other. She started calling asking for my help more often since she got pregnant. I have no issue with this, but Bill thinks I'm being too involved in my sis SR and the baby's life. Last week, I got a call from my sister asking if I could take her to the doctor office. It was a gender reveal appointment. I asked why her husband didn't take her and she explained he was supposed to drive her but he had to attend his mom's birthday and asked her to reschedule, but she refused. I took her to the appointment, but Bill called and was furious, saying I shouldn't have gotten involved because now I'd caused him a precious moment in finding out if he was going to have a girl or a boy, basically saying that I took this experience away from him and called me weird for being too involved in my sister's marriage and sticking my nose in it to the point where I was making the doctor think I was her husband. I told him the reason the doctor thought I was her husband was because of his absence and lack of commitment as a father. He blew up at me and I hung up on him. My wife said she gets that I want to help my sister out, but said that I might have gone too far and should have respected Bill's boundaries. Greater than he was supposed to drive her but he had to attend his mom's birthday and asked her to reschedule, but she refused. How did these two events, both scheduled months in advance, end up overlapping? Bet the mill celebration was last minute and it's a just no. Not enough information. Why was there a conflict between your sister's appointment and her MIL's birthday? Was the distance so far apart that there was no possible way to do both things on the same day? Ultrasounds are done during the daytime business hours and older people's birthdays are generally celebrated in the evenings after work or on weekends. Edit to fix autocorrect's wrong choice there to there. Adding to that, the anatomy ultrasound only takes about an hour, assuming all the parts are there. So I'm confused as to why a 1 to 2 hour long activity, if you're including drive and wait time, took the whole day? I just did mine this past week and did it during a glorified lunch break. I'm just confused why the mill decided to have a birthday party sometime MF before 5 p.m, because those are typical working hours for a clinic where ultrasounds would be done. Maybe Mill sucks just as much as her son does. Behind every shit person, there's usually at least one shit parent who enabled them. Not the asshole. You are only helping when asked. If the Bill was so pissed off about taking away the experience of finding out the sex of the baby, maybe he should have gone to the appointment in the first place. Yeah, this right here. I'm thinking Bill was thinking it was okay for him to not be an involved partner during his wife's pregnancy, but now is angry because deep down he feels guilty and ashamed that he's not stepping up like bro is. Sad. Not the asshole with medical staff shortages. It could have been difficult for your sister to reschedule her ultrasound appointment. Your Bill is salty because you helping your sister shows Bill by comparison. But it isn't your fault he hasn't been a great partner to your sister during her pregnancy. Thank you for helping your sister. Also, I don't know how it is in other countries, but in the UK the 20-week scan, where you normally find out the gender, is known as the fetal abnormality scan. It's the one where they check that all the organs have grown as expected and everything else has formed as it should, like the skull growing over the brain. If there's a problem, it's a serious problem. You may need extra scans to monitor the issue, you may be told you'll have to deliver the baby prematurely, or you may be told the issue is not compatible with life and you may need to choose to have a termination. It is really not something you skip out on or try to rearrange, even for someone's birthday, because every day's delay can cause more problems. People get really blasé about scans and think they're just there so you get a nice picture of the baby before it's born, but they're there to make sure there isn't an issue that could kill the baby or the person carrying them. Yeah, and you can't really reschedule it for another day because it is based on 20-week development, not 19-week or 21-week. Also, those appointments are scheduled basically as soon as a pregnancy is confirmed, so there isn't a lot of wiggle room to move appointments because they were all made months ago and no one wants to cancel them. My husband asked about moving the appointment at my OB and had this explained to him. He said he would have to move a business trip, and my OB told me, this will be one of a long line of things you have to move or miss because of that little one in there. Welcome to parenthood. Not the asshole. Bill is weird. Clearly, original poster's sister wants to be supported and have someone with her, and if he isn't going to do it then he shouldn't be upset when she finds someone else who will. Especially her brother, if he doesn't want to miss these special moments he shouldn't. Not the asshole. Tell Bill to fuck off. If he has a problem he should take it up with his wife. Or his mother. She seems to have been the one creating this incident. Not the asshole. You are supporting your sister. If your Bill has issues with his wife asking for your support or refusing to reschedule appointments, then that's a discussion that he needs to have with her. Not enough information. How did those two events end up being on the same day? And why was no one willing to rearrange their schedule? That's the thing. Original poster's sister is an adult. She decided she wanted to go to the scan. Why does Bill's wishes override the sister's? The sister is the one carrying the baby. Given that they are both adults and presumably equal in ability to make decisions otherwise, the one carrying the baby should get the tiebreaker ability on decision-making. Bill does not get to have boundaries about your relationship with your sister. That is 100% between you and your sister. Keep offering support as long as she needs and as long as you feel comfortable doing so. He does not have the power to both refuse to support her and take away your support too. Especially considering he chose to spend the time at his mom's house instead of supporting his wife. He can't put his own family first then prevent her choosing her own family second. This was the answer I was looking for. Wife is wrong on this. Greater than Bill does not get to have boundaries about your relationship with your sister. It's important wife understand this, as she will need to support you if Bill makes more noise. Sis should be able to call on any member of her family for help, and no one should be saying, sorry your husband doesn't like me assisting you. That would be majorly fucked up and essentially supporting abusive isolation. You have it right, but highly recommend you have a sit down with wife again. Original poster. Sis needs your support, and you'll need your wife's support, not the asshole. Just because he doesn't step up as a father doesn't mean she should be left alone being pregnant. But the brother is making it harder for the husband to control her. How dare she ask for help when he won't help her? It's how he's trying to coordinate her life to obey him and need him only. Not the asshole. Sounds like the problem lies between your sister and Bill, not with you. Family typically helps each other out, so helping your sister when she asks is not unreasonable. Your sister is deciding your level of involvement. BC, it seems like you are offering more support than the father of her child, Sue, and if Bill has issue with your involvement, that's something he needs to take up with your sister. Seems like Bill may not be ready for the responsibilities and sacrifices that come with having a child if he can't even be bothered to be involved in the pregnancy. Please don't stop giving your sister support if she asks. It seems like her needs are not being met by Bill. Not the asshole. Bill should have told your sister that the day the appointment was his mom's birthday when the appointment was made. That way it could have been rescheduled then. Unless I'm mistaken, those appointments don't last all day, so I'm confused as to why Bill couldn't take his wife to the appointment and then gone to his mom's birthday? If your Bill has such an issue with you being so involved, then maybe he should be involved more. Not the asshole. Keep supporting your sister, and frankly, your Bill gives off abusive vibes. Not the asshole. Your Bill could have arrived a little late for his mom's birthday, but with some good news to share. Instead, he chose to ditch his wife, knowing that she wasn't going to reschedule her OBGYN appointment, then took his anger out on you for what exactly? Giving your sister a ride to a doctor's appointment? Not trying to talk her into changing her mind about rescheduling? Like, seriously, what exactly does he think you should have done in this situation? Good point. If original poster hears from Bill again, ask what he wanted you to do. Not give her a ride, so she just missed the appointment? Not the asshole. Regardless of why she was going to a doctor's appointment, it was still a medical appointment. And it's not a gender reveal appointment either, it's let's see what shape the fetus's genitals have formed into. Usually it's a let's make sure baby has all the organs to function, but people just tend to focus on one. There's a lot of people who are more interested in the baby's genitals than they are in if the baby's liver, kidneys, etc. are developing. Not all of those people set forests on fire to celebrate those genitals, but there are a few documented cases. Then there's the fun of trying to get an OB/GYN appointment in the US, an assumption about where original poster and his sister live. Good luck trying to get one less than 2 months out. Original poster, not the asshole.